At the turn of the decade, the future was looking good for this Little Elm dance studio. But owners Michelle Finch and Suzy Simpson did not fully grasp what was about to come.
We had no idea that we would shut down.
Right. That was just crazy.
Yeah.
The novel coronavirus pandemic hit the U.S. in March. Denton County issued its stay-at-home order, and 3D dance was considered non-essential. So, it had to close, and its sales fell.
Our 2020 projections were to continue to grow. So our highest revenue month in the entire history of 3D dance was February of 2020. And then all of a sudden we just went.
Yeah.
Pictured here is the total income for 3D dance this year. Take a look at the difference in projected versus actual revenue for April and May. Almost half. Before COVID hit, Finch and Simpson had 8 years worth of money set aside, ready to open a second location. But on the same day that they were going to sign that lease, which they had originally planned to sign just days earlier, the lockdown went into effect. So, they pulled the plug. 3D Dance made its summer tuition free in an attempt to keep students engaged. Finch and Simpson believe that helped with sales for the fall season. Plus, they got federal aid from the CARES Act, payroll protection to keep their employees paid regularly, and the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, or EIDL, which they have not used yet. 3D Dance also received about $45,000 from Denton County's Open Grant. Finch says the government did enough to help keep her business running during the global pandemic.
We also had some good traction. We had a great advertising system. We had a great reputation and a great relationship with our parents, and they trusted us. So I think because our business was strong, it was enough to keep us. It was just enough. As long as we don't have to close again, or as long as we don't see a sharp decline again, we'll come out pretty much exactly as we should have had COVID not happened.
However, UNT accounting professor Neil Wilner thinks they might go out of business if the pandemic continues for too long.
That's something that hurts everybody and, again, leads to a downward spiral where you would have more businesses going out of business, meaning more people are going to have to cut back on their expenditures. And, we already talked about being in a recession. It could lead to worse than that if we can't get a hold of this thing and get back on the growth cycle.
Wilner also says that bigger businesses have it easier since they have more cash on hand, and that cash flow will be vital to see how long 3D Dance will hold out. The upcoming presidential election could also have a say in 3D Dance's fate. According to a Gallup poll, the economy is one of the top 5 important issues among voters. Finch is mainly concerned with another shutdown, but she doesn't think that will happen.
I just don't think that people will tolerate it. I think that, we'll be open with some sort of restrictions. But I don't think it'll be a total shutdown like it was March through May. So I'm optimistic that it's behind us. Even if the virus continues, I don't think the shutdown will happen again.
Only time will tell. In Little Elm, I'm Tyler Pressley.
Yeah! You did it! Good job.
North Texas TV.